Hello everyone and welcome to the final project for the payroll accounting for this semester. In this course project for payroll, we are going to do the Appendix A problem, but what we're going to do is that we are actually going to do the problem in the Excel format instead of doing it through McGraw Connect. For this project, I'm not going to have you do every single item that is required through McGraw Connect, so I'm having you do it through Excel. Now, this project is worth 300 points. And what I like to do in this recording is to walk through exactly what is required for this project. It is due by December 13th, which is the last night of class. On the first tab, it gives you the information, which is in Appendix A in your book, which is on page 245. So on page 245 in your book, this is the information that they give you in regards to the comprehensive payroll project. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. What we did here is on the federal withholding, what I would like you to do is to use, I want you to use the wage bracket method when possible. If the wage bracket method is not possible, then you're going to have to use the percentage method, and we'll walk through that in a few minutes. Now remember, the payroll itself is semi-monthly. What also is given to you is the SUTA rates along with the FUTA rates, and the state withholding rate is at 5%. So my recommendation to you is to read the instructions very carefully of what is required based on the rates for tax purposes. Semi-monthly, you will use the percentage method tax table when it is needed. The federal unemployment rate is a 0.6 on the first 7,000 of wages. State withholding rate is 5%, and the state unemployment rate is 2.6 on the first 31,300 of wages. Now the next tab is going to be the trial balance, which is given to you. It's the exact one that's on page 247 in your book. The third tab is the employee data, and this is given to you on page 246. These are the employees which you are going to work through the payroll project for. All right, so as of October 1st, you are hired as a new accounting clerk, and we are going to complete some of the payrolls and the journal entries in order for these employees to be paid. Now, what we're going to do here is that you need to complete the headers of the employees' earning records for all company employees and enter the year-to-date earnings for each employee. Okay, so the next tab then is just how to calculate overtime. Okay, this is just step one, your regular rate times the time and a half, and then the rounding formula that is in here. Then step two is the overtime rate times the overtime hours, and then rounding the formula to get to overtime earnings. And then step three, you're going to take the earnings plus the regular earnings to get your gross earnings in general. So just a quick 1, 2, 3 step guide in order to help you calculate the overtime rate. The other tab now is the time that is worked. So as you notice on this tab, October 15th is the first payroll period. This is already completed for you. Okay, then and we'll get to the earnings records in a moment. Also, it tells you the amount that is taken off their check for insurance and 401k. October 31st is also completed for you in regards to their wages. On November 15th, this is what you do need to update. You need to update November 15th, and you need to update November 30th. You need to fill in these charts in here. These should be completed just like the ones from above. And then December 15th and December 31st. So October 30th, October 15th, and October 31st is given to you as a guide. Okay, so it tells you their hourly rate, which in this case either paid semi-monthly or an hourly rate. Okay, since the first three employees are hourly, remember they get paid that straight wage, and in this case, one of them does have commission. The hourly wage then for Varden, Hipsbo, and you is given to you, and then you need to figure out what is the regular wage and overtime wages for November 15th, November 30th, December 15th, and December 31st payroll period. Once those are calculated, you need to come in down here and complete the employee's earning record. Now, I have the top two earning records completed for you as a guide. And I did put this on here too, that remember, please use the wage brackets in Appendix C when you can. If you cannot use them, then you should be utilizing the percentage wage bracket. So on this first employee, you take the gross earnings, remember minus the $75 for 401k because that comes out pre-tax, and the insurance that comes out pre-tax. His net gross wages would be $23.75, and then I used Appendix C for marital status 1 and semi-monthly wages. So his federal withholdings would be $238. Same with the next employees. I did the exact same thing, and I used wage bracket in Appendix C. So please utilize the October 15th and October 31st payrolls as your guide to completing the payrolls down below for each of the employees. So you have November 15th, November 30th, December 15th, and December 31st. Once the payroll record is completed, you need to come in here then and complete the earning records for each employee, just like you've done in the past homework for the chapters leading up to this comprehensive problem. As you notice, the first two payrolls on October are already completed for you. You need to complete November and December. The general journals for October are already completed for you. Please utilize these as a guide. So basically what you need to do then for November and for December is to complete the payrolls just like it is stated in the October payroll. So you're going to journalize the employee pay for November 15th, and then you're going to journalize the employer tax for November 15th, and then you're going to journalize the payment of payroll to employees, and you're going to do the same thing for the second payroll check in November, along with the monthly payroll taxes and the payment to employees, and you would do the exact same thing for December. And this is just paychecks for December 15th. This was just a guide to utilize. So as you notice, this payroll problem is similar to the one that's in the book, but it's not as comprehensive as it would be through McGraw Connect. This project is worth 300 points. So if you do have any questions when you start utilizing all the information, please let me know. My goal is to kind of email everybody else some check figures in order to make sure you are on the right track for this payroll project. Remember, it is due by December 13th. So if you do have any questions, please let me know.